brothers and sisters, indeed, I am very happy as I come to this place. Last few days in a big city, this quite so remote, and I think when we come this kind of place, lot of trees and green things, and we feel much closer to the nature. Big building, sometimes a little bit sort of distance from nature, like that. But we are usually produced by nature. I think our ancestors, their life is very much depend on nature. So therefore, even these big buildings, I think almost
everywhere some artificial flower, artificial sun, trees, some greens there. So that means we still, you see, mentally or emotionally, we love these greens. Now here, not this is artificial, but real one here. This. So some kind of, because of the atmosphere itself, will bring us some kind of relax. Then of course, thank to those people who arranged this opportunity. Thank you. Then also, you see, you're singing.
The music, the musician, and singing happy birthday.
So now last, I think 2 weeks, everywhere you see people say happy birthday, happy birthday. So for me, nothing. Actually, of course, everybody knows new eons, new century, new decade, new year, and then new month, a new day. So from that viewpoint, each day is new birthday. And then birthday, we always celebrate something for joyfulness. So that is symbolize the very purpose of our life, happy life, joyful life. No argument. I think even animals, insects, also I think they seek at least a short moment on that very day, be happy, less disturbances, less danger. I'm wondering, you see, one tiger there, so what kind of feeling in that particular tiger's mind? Anyway, no worry, day by day's food, we provide it. Anyway, as a prisoner, no freedom of movement freely. So I don't know what kind of feeling. However, we human beings, is this special brain. So we have, I say, much ability to think from a wider perspective, and also say long-term interest. And also because of this brain, memory, very, very powerful memory. And with help of language or written language, even we reflect on what happened past century, even past
Millennium.
millenniums, like that. So therefore, we have something very special thing because of this brain. But sometimes, you see, we use that unique ability for destruction. That's very unfortunate. Like that tiger. See, their life, you should depend on eating other animal. One time in, I think, Hyderabad, in India, there is some kind of open zoo, some tiger there. Same area, some deers also there. Then I asked, any danger to deer by those tiger? Then they say, tiger, so fat, well.
When they're fed well.
Then they don't attack. So, sometimes we human beings, everything okay, but still more greed and create some problems to more people, to animals also, like that. So now, my point is, this intelligence, wonderful intelligence, combined with warm-heartedness, then that unique sort of intelligence become constructive. This intelligence is combined with anger, hatred, fear, then a little bit dangerous, like that. So now, warm-heartedness is a kind heart, or heart with a sense of concern of others' well-being. That experience, or that sort of the mind or consciousness, is mental level, not sensorial level. In materialistic life, we are seeking satisfaction or joyfulness mainly through sensorial level experiences. So seems to see modern lifestyle, music, and something
beautiful things, Mom.
Including sports for eye consciousness, music for ear consciousness, then smell, taste, touch, including sex. These are sensorial level experiences. So since we have this ability, you see, firstly, making distinction, right? Sensorial level experience and mental level experiences. So mental level experiences, it remains, I think, 24 hours. Certain sort of the experience, mainly external thing, and because of the through sensorial,
sensory experiences,
it remains short. So long nice sort of things, seeing, you get some satisfaction. When that gone, just memory. And music also. While the music going on, you get some satisfaction. The music, just like that. Few minutes ago, while the music, you see,
being played,
you see, you get some kind of sort of satisfaction or joyfulness. Now, only memory. So now, since we have this unique, marvelous brain, so we have to pay more attention about mental level. Now, it seems our mental sort of
mental level, mental level experience long.
나 된다. 일로 간다. 누구시 부시부지하는데 이네 일로디 온부시에 자연스럽게 도되고.
So, although we as human beings have the second dimension of experience, which is not sensory, but at the level of mind, which is a very powerful resource, but most of the time, that dimension of our experience is somehow overshadowed by our sensory experiences.
So now, you see, in order to utilize mental level experience, now single-pointed sort of thinking, then you fully absorbed in a certain experience in the mental level, then these sensory level consciousness become inactive, right? Like that. So, ordinary people, or by nature, so our main mind, you see, always sort of moving, and particularly through sensorial experience, always attraction. Now, deliberately try to reduce. 남이 남이 전에 섬도 양대하다 디디 그로 정다체네 다 이루 거래간도 없어야지.
So most of the time for a lot of us, our minds tend to be very distracted. It's so externally oriented. So part of the practice of training the mind involves learning to withdraw our attraction to the sensory experiences and bringing it and channeling it to our own mental level experience so that you bring greater focus.
So in Sanskrit word, shamatha is single-pointed meditation. So focusing on particular object.
Chosen object. A chosen object.
There are chi, the 가서르베게 the church number yilishani, timmitin sunyaji, yungyoche. There the chi migdin mandir cheche. Now lokora yam migdin shaya. That's a nigga double mungshatwa.
So, in this type of mental training, referred to as cultivation of tranquility or calmness of the mind, basically what one is doing is to cultivate focused attention, for which you need to choose a specific object. And the object could be an external object like a flower that you cultivate an image and then use that as your object and cultivate single-pointedness on it. Or it could be an internal object, such as an experience of feeling. So one can choose different types of object.
Or consciousness itself.
Or consciousness itself, the experience of consciousness itself. And then you cultivate kind of a focused attention on that chosen object.
So more, of course, naturally more difficult, but more useful. Yes, you see, meditate on mind itself. In order to do that, firstly, you see, we have to get some kind of image of mind. That, you see, the sensorial level sort of activities, you see, deliberately try to stop. Then these sensorial level sort of experience, with that certain mental sort of, the mind is namgyu sense the kwangé shebe thane chik naon damar chade ba yi yilut ma tu kapshara sochto.
So when we are trying to cultivate a focused attention on mind itself, it is quite a difficult task because initially you have to try to kind of have an understanding of what mind is, and if you introspect, look at what mind is. Generally, our conception of mind and our experience of mind is so externally oriented. It always seems to be about something. So, so the actual experience of mind itself is overshadowed by the sensory kind of overlaying.
자, 되는 인상이 아로 공연 쉐바랴 공연 쉐베 지어서 이루도 그게 마땅 제세. 또 대위나 가서서네 동삼십으로 샤지.
So part of that practice or technique involves learning to disengage from sensory activity. So as you do that gradually, you will, once in a while, you will get a sense of some kind of absence. Because once you disengage from your sensory activity, what is left is this experience of absence.
Tadikalil by those rings that we are chumbayina. Kazonsone sheve tanyeve da sheve ngo. Takunzube sheve ngo. Chik sazam riksam chi. Chikalelia nyonto nenge tuyachi.
So initially that kind of experience of absence may be very, very short, just very fleeting. But as you learn to habituate in this practice, that absence that you experience could be kind of increase in its scope, so that you get at some point you get a sense of a kind of a clarity of that mind, and in that way you will be able to have a sense of what actual consciousness is, what mind itself is.
It's not easy, take time, but possible. You see, gain that kind of experience. So modern people, you see, want everything immediately. It is impossible. Myself, now, I think nearly 50, 60 years, I also try to sort of gain some experience that practice, but still difficult. And then another, we call meditation.
Meditation.
Analytical meditation.
Analytical.
Analytical. Investigate. And then another, we call meditation.
Meditation.
Analytical meditation.
Analytical.
Investigate. For example, impermanence. So when we reach here, so now that event, not just memory, past.
It's already gone. Yeah.
No. So in a day, it's afternoon, now morning or a day, gone. So that, and then these trees, through 4 seasons, is a color, shape, changing. That obvious sort of change must take place within hours, minutes, or seconds. So momentarily changing. That's the time.
So this momentariness of all things They're never static. That is a subtle aspect of impermanence.
So these, you need some sort of analyze. Yes, obvious change there. That's obvious now. Now, how it take place? The momentarily changing. So then through that way, you see, you get some understanding about impermanence, a subtle level, impermanence. Then there are many different, any object. Now, for example, the student in the class is fully concentrate. The subject is some kind of shamatha meditation, the jittimurji.
Yeah, I mean, even in classes, when we pay focused attention, there is an element of meditative state of mind there.
Then analyze any knowledge, firstly through hearing some knowledge. Then that further investigate by yourself and some kind of, sometimes you say, experiment. So then you get some kind of conviction. That is samjung.
There's another level of knowledge, knowledge gained through critical reflection.
Then third level, now actually gain some experience. That's third level of knowledge samudra. First hearing, second analyze or contemplation, then third
experience.
Experience. Like that. So therefore, now that we call analytical meditation. According to my experience, analytical meditation is very, very helpful in any field, any sort of matter. You see, in order to know that more fully, right? Fuller picture, analytical meditation. And when you take analytical meditation, not just from one angle, but from different angle, then you get the clearer picture of the whole
reality.
Whole reality. So I think many the problems which actually our own creation, I think in most cases, you see the lack of fuller knowledge about the reality. Then, so without knowing the full picture of the reality, then you see your sort of
approach.
Your approach become unrealistic. Then often you see fail. So, in order to carry realistic approach, firstly you have to know the reality fully. So, in order to know the reality, then from the various angles, then also when you investigate, you see your mind must be neutral. If you carry investigation with certain strong desire or negative feeling, you can't see the reality. So we must carry investigation objectively, like that. So that's we call vipassana.
Insight meditation.
Mm-hmm. So then, now that kind of, firstly, I think compassion is a sense of concern of others' well-being. We all equipped with that because we are social animal, because the way we, because of the born and grown up, because of that, you see, we all equipped because of compassionate mind. We all have. Not only we, human being, but animal also. Animal, those, you see, they are because of the
survival.
In initial slow stage, their survival entirely depends on others' care. And this is the affection there, biologically. So now we, because of this intelligence, the biological factor, sort of also the affection, compassion, take as a seed, then use this intelligence. It's a further increase. So now here, let us meditate on what we call compassion or the sense of concern of others' well-being. When we talk the sense of well-being of others, now here, not only your own relatives or family member or your relative,
Friends.
or friends. Now, directly or indirectly, we all related with entire 7 billion human beings. So now here, we really need a sense of concern of 7 billion human beings' well-being. A lot of problem which we are facing is actually too much emphasis on a secondary level of differences, including religious faith and color or different nationality or different concept, right?
Ideology.
Political, economic, different concept. So these are secondary level. Yes, these secondary level differences, important, but basically we are human beings, 7 billion human beings, all human beings, all have right to achieve happy life, happy birthday, everybody, isn't it? I think particularly children, I think they love their happy birthday, isn't it? with some gift, like that. So now let us, think the genuine sense of concern of 7 billion human beings is something very relevant to today's world. If we promote, you see that through education, then definitely man-made problem certainly can reduce. On secondary level, differences, I understand it, but still, basically we are same human being. And then respect individual freedom, individual right. So America is the leading nation of free world. So you already, because of the experience, this, because of the respect individuals'
Freedom.
right or freedom, like that. So these a constitution give us equality, not that way. Mentally, emotionally, we should have strong belief. We all same human being. We all have same right, and individuals' future depend on the rest of the world. So through that way, deliberately try to cultivate or try to, because of the strengthen the sense of concern of well-being of 7 billion human beings. Okay, then environment also automatically come. The world is the 7 billion human beings' home. So we have to take care. And then also some birds, these animals, something like
They're almost like kind of ornaments.
So then automatically you see develop respect, like that. So I think few minutes, perhaps 5 minutes, okay? One time in New Delhi, our interfaith sort of meeting, and then about, I think, half an hour, some silent meditation. So everybody is silence. Then sometimes you see coughing.
So when everybody is silent, then a lot of people feel like coughing, even though they normally don't cough a lot.
So now, without coughing away.
Very calm.
No, complete silence now. No. 5 minutes. Oh, now here, you see, actually, not close eye. I look there without moving.
So, as much as possible, keep your gaze softly in front of you and avoid blinking too much, but don't close your eyes.
In case some people is not familiar, you see, meditate in certain sort of like impermanence or compassion like that.
So, if people are not used to meditating in an analytic way like compassion or impermanence and so on, then you can also choose to meditate by simply focusing on your breath, in breath and out breath, and just being aware of that process.
And that quite useful when your mind a little bit sort of agitated, then that period, say, just concentrate your breathing. 20 times or 30, 40, 100 like that. Then your mind bit cool down.
Calm down now.
Like that. So, now. Okay. So this practice is both shamatha and vipassana is common. All Indian traditions, Buddhist, Jain, and Sangha philosophy, and all different traditions
of Hindu.
Or Hindu traditions, all same. I was told in Greek Orthodox sort of church, some remote area, some Christian monastery, they still carry, this practice of meditation. I heard. I haven't been. So actually, some my Christian friend, when they pray to God with some music, I noticed then their tear come in their eye. See, it seems quite clear. Their mind fully sort of focusing on God, on God's sort of grace way, like that. So meditation is common to all. And then, perhaps sometimes it seems as our Christian brothers, sisters, or theistic religious sort of practitioner, sometimes they also that they think more about faith. It seems not adequate, think more about love, compassion. Judging these different traditions, the love is the key message. Whether theistic religion, non-theistic religion, all carry message of love, practice of forgiveness, tolerance. So then it seems quite clear. Faith is method to develop full sort of the conviction about the value of love. Okay. So regarding the practice of love, compassion, because it is the main practice. So all major traditions same. Then non-theistic religion, no concept of creator, but rather self-creation. So different philosophy, but same sort of practice of love. So that is the main cause of the drupcha.
That's the main objective. The main objective is the cultivation of love.
So different philosophical views are method. So as far as practice of love is concerned, no differences. All major traditions. In the philosophical field, there are differences. Even among theistic religious tradition, differences there. And also non-theistic religious tradition, there are differences. So that, I think, because it's a different time, different location, so people, the particular area, naturally, there are certain mental disposition. Some differences of mental disposition. Therefore, it is necessary because of the different way
of approach
about this basic teaching. That's a love. Okay. So if we emphasize practice of love, all major religious tradition, then conflict in the name of religion certainly can be reduced. there's too much emphasis on the philosophical view, then there's differences. If you emphasize on the practice of love, then no differences like that. That's my view. Whether correct or not, I don't know. You have to investigate. Like that. So now, I think completed. Some questions. I would like to take some questions.